Waking up here is incredible. Check out that waterfall. This hike is awesome.
All right, welcome back. In case you guys missed yesterday's adventure, make sure to check out my hike up Mount Monadnock with my girlfriend. And now I am on my way up to New Hampshire. We're just about to leave Massachusetts, me and my son, and we're heading up for the weekend. Probably going to hit New Hampshire and part of Vermont, so hope you guys can follow along. We're going to be doing some biking, maybe some supboarding, maybe some swimming, maybe some hiking. So, all right, here we go. All right, we arrived at our sleep spot for the night. We are stealthing tonight at a Walmart. We're gonna head in, use the bathroom, and maybe walk around a little bit, see if there's anything we need. Maybe we need some snacks or something like that for the bike ride tomorrow. All right, we got some goo and some flip-flops for biking tomorrow. Use the restroom, and now heading back to the van. Hopefully it's a quiet night and there'll be no interruptions. Fingers crossed. All right, we had a successful night sleeping at the Walmart. Let's see what's going on outside here. Not much. All right, we're gonna head back in, use the restroom. It's morning. Good morning, guys. We had a great night here at the Walmart. It was nice and quiet. And this is going to be one of the most beautiful Walmarts I've ever been to. Check this out. Look at these mountains. It's pretty awesome. So we are up in the White Mountains of New Hampshire and going back into the Walmart right now to use the restroom. And then we're heading to a river where there's a covered bridge to have breakfast. All right, we are on our way to this covered bridge. Never been here before, so I'm gonna check it out. And I think there's a little beach area there that we can have breakfast at. All right, here we are at the bridge, the Smith Millennium Bridge. Smith Millennium Bridge, 2001. Yeah, I think there might have been an older bridge here before and they redid it, because I saw pictures online. The old bridge was like an 8-foot clearance. This one is, car noise, 14.2, with the bikes on my roof were 11 feet, so we cleared this one no problem. And we got the Baker River down below here. And I think that's where we're gonna have breakfast. This is a cool bridge. I don't think I've ever seen a covered bridge with a walkway along the side. Yeah, a little sign about the bridge. So apparently there's been many versions of this bridge over the years. That's cool. All right, on the way down to the water, check it out, have some breakfast. That seems like a pretty cool little swimming hole here too. Doesn't seem very deep though. I saw online there was like a rope swing, but doesn't seem deep enough for a rope swing. But I don't know, maybe it just happens to be shallower right now. Alright, breakfast is served. Yeah, it's a great little spot here. I think the only downside is this bridge is much busier than I thought, so it's a little bit noisy with all the cars going over once in a while, but other than that, this is a nice cozy little spot. Yeah, not as quiet as the breakfast spot I had in Vermont next to the covered bridge. If you haven't seen that video, it's a long one, but it's worth checking out. It's the Vermont Epic. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. Well, I thought maybe we would take the supboard out in this little river, which seems like a cool spot, but I think we're just gonna keep on going and get up into the White Mountain National Forests and get going on a bike ride. Till next time. Made it to the Flume Gorge in the White Mountain National Forest. I believe this is actually part of a state park in New Hampshire, but we're gonna go in and just use the restroom here and stuff here, check it out before we head out on the ride. A lot of great little picnic spots here. So we decided to check out the Flume Gorge while we're here. I've actually never gone through here. One of Matt from Under the Radar Van's recent videos, he went through here, so I figured it's worth checking out. Alright, we are at the Flume Gorge State Park in New Hampshire. into the wolf's den and check that out. Cave. It's so much cooler in here. I don't know if I can fit through there. I guess we're gonna find out. I don't think I can do this with one hand. All right, made it through. Wow, that was incredibly tight fit there. Oh, still sort of made it through. Haven't got out yet. Wow, that was a tight squeeze. And it crawl up through there. Oh my God. O'Connor's Overlook. I think it's just another viewpoint of the pool, so we can get another point of view. Alright, we made it through the whole Flume Gorge trail. We got Mount Liberty behind us there. And now heading to the gift shop. Alright guys, I officially found my next van. This is what I'm getting. Wow, that thing is incredible. And they drove it all the way here from Oregon. That's nuts. How much do you think it costs in gas just to drive that thing from Oregon? Alright, back at the van. Gonna have some lunch. Alright, gonna utilize one of these picnic tables. Alright, we got some vegan smart dogs and some Moxie for lunch. Yeah, we timed it right. Look at that line now. People waiting to get into the Flume Gorge. Yeah, I'm glad we went when we did.